Okay, morning everybody. Apologise for the late start. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so a big recovery in the US yesterday. You know, FTSE, DAX, whole of Europe taking a real beating, but S&P backing the trend, finishing flat. I can't say it was a big surprise, but yeah, another great finish out of the US. Nasdaq leading there. Data out of the US was wholesale inventories, which rose more than expected. We also had small business confidence for November, which reached its highest level in 8 years. Then stock specific, out of the US, Verizon Communications sold off after releasing a pessimistic fourth quarter trading update. Out of Asia, we've got some mixed results. Shanghai again, pretty strong this morning, with Nikkei really struggling. They're down about 2.25% right now. Aussie down small. Banks falling down sharply, but mining pretty good. I think Billy's is up quite a bit. So something to watch for this morning. You know, we might get a little bit of a bounce on some of our miners. And then Hang Seng up small. I see 10 cents also made a decent recovery from the lows. I think they were down well over 1% at one stage this morning. Right now down about a third of a percent. Chart of interest, S&P price to sales ratio, just something to look at there. We're nearing tech bubble highs, so we're making sort of multi-year highs here. I don't think it really means anything, just something to look out for. Right, corporate action, not much today. We just got Costco out of the US releasing earnings, expecting headline earnings of $1.09. And then the key factors, early this morning we had Japanese PPI, which came in a little bit higher than expected. Chinese PPI were a little worse than expected. Chinese CPI also a little bit worse than expected. And then at 10 o'clock this morning, we have SA CPI, SA retail sales. And then at 2 o'clock, we have mortgage applications out of the US and the monthly budget statement at 9 o'clock tonight. All right, let's have a quick look at some of the charts we've been following recently. We'll start off with Aspen. Yeah, so if we zoom in a little bit on Aspen here, I think Joe showed this the other day or yesterday. We've been putting in a little bit of a short-term little head and shoulders here. Yesterday we sold off pretty sharply and reached pretty much close to that target. I think the target is 380 or just below 380 from the head and shoulders breakdown. Look out for a reversal of this level. I mean, it's definitely the strategy you want to take in these kind of markets. Look for the strongest stocks that have outperformed, over the recent months. Look for pullbacks and then look for a little bit of strength off some kind of support to get involved again. And so obviously Aspen has come off. I guess it's a reasonably expensive share, so it hasn't come off possibly as much as some of the others have, but close to 10%. Look for a reversal possibly off this 50-day moving average. If we get something off this level, it might be a good entry point. Next one I want to show is CFR. The CFR has had a massive recovery from the lows at around 87 Rand, helped on by the weak Rand as well. Currently, we made a high the day before yesterday at 107. We traded up there or close to there on the open, but ended quite pretty much below the low of that high day, which is a bit of a reversal. It wasn't stock specific as the whole market sold off, especially the whole of Europe. So it would have suffered with Europe. But keep an eye on it. If this reversal is going to continue, I'm not sure I'd go short on it, but it might be an indication just to lighten up if you're long of it. All right, Old Mutual. Old Mutual sold us a bit of a dummy. Had been consolidating nicely. We were looking for the breakout. We eventually got it. It held 35 for a day, so we're looking for some nice follow through there. Unfortunately, market decided to sell off yesterday and has closed back below that breakout point. So everything's on hold there on Mutual again for now. I think unless we can get back above that sort of, even if we can get back above sort of 34.75, but obviously get another nice close above 35 would be an indication to get involved again. But right now we're sort of in neutral territory on neutral. All right, so just having a look at some of the golds. Some of the golds had a nice reversal with the gold prices yesterday. We've been consolidating on gold fields here for a little while. A little bit of a messy consolidation, but a clear breakout yesterday. Possible higher target here. As I say, it's messy, so it's hard to predict, but I would say there could be about $3 in it to take a guess, which would put a target up at 52 and up at the recent September highs. So keep an eye out. Maybe there's a little bit more upside in gold fields. The other one that gave a little bit of a breakout was Harmony. So here we have Harmony at the 20 Rand level, nice round number. Has failed there a couple of times, but broke through quite decisively yesterday. Looking for, again, also about $3 here, which is quite a lot in percentage terms. It's about close to 15% on Harmony, but those kind of moves happen quite frequently. I'm not going to be playing these gold moves. I'm going to stay uninvolved, but for guys that like playing gold, like to have a little bit of risk, you can look to maybe take some Harmony or gold fields. Last one I'm going to show is Woolies. So Woolies broke down from a Head and Shoulders recently. We were looking for a target of around 72.60, I think, from this setup. It did bounce quite nicely along with some of the other retailers yesterday, despite the really weak market. So that is bullish. I think it needs to negate this pattern in the short term. I think we need to get back above the 78 level, 78 and a quarter possibly. But for now, again, it's probably a no trade, but if you want to get involved, it might be worthwhile waiting either for it to reach its full downside target or to break back above 78 and a quarter. And that's all for today, guys. Good luck trading.